Greetings and welcome everyone to Mind Over Number with your coach Caronda, where we are attempting to unravel all the hidden esoteric things in the universe. Starting, of course, with numerology, because that's my specialty. Other aspects of numerology also include astrology, and over here in Mind Over Number, we also combine tarot. So, this message will have a few points involved with it, but I also wanted to take this opportunity to talk about Saturn going to retrograde. Now, most people commonly hear of Mercury retrograde, right? And it's not as negative as a Mercury could be, because Mercury is all about communication and technology, and that's pretty much everything in this world. No, Saturn's retrograde will be in Pisces from June 23rd through November 15th. And during this time, it's an opportunity to step back and reflect on all your past experiences and all the lessons needed in order to better ourselves and prepare for the future. The last retrograde actually occurred on my birthday, 2023, June 17th, and all the way to November 4th through 2023. So, before that, the last Saturn in Pisces specifically occurred May 1993 through April 1996. So, it's time to take this opportunity to grow and learn. Astrologically speaking, with Saturn in Pisces, it's going to be a big burst of energy when it comes to our intuition as well as our friendships. So you may feel some strong feelings of nostalgia along with a heightened sense of creativity. So this Saturn retrograde will last for about 4 or 5 months. And with it being in Pisces again, we're going to need to, overcome obstacles through patience and intuition, which is the energy of Pisces. This entire period is going to be a time for empathy and understanding, choosing our words and actions wisely. Our inner voice is always stronger than our outside voice, so it's going to be very important to listen to it in order to make the right decisions. And Saturn's retrograde movements signal a phase of some karmic lessons. Okay, so we are all on a karmic journey, right? Karma is good or bad, but karma is usually seen as the negative term, and dharma is referred to as the positive term. So after navigating Saturn's shakeups, some people may find a sense of fulfillment, or others who didn't get through that shakeup may experience a bit of confusion and feeling lost when it comes to their life purpose that was not found earlier. The Saturn return is what people usually reference when they're speaking about Saturn, right? It's a period in astrology that occurs between the ages of 28 and 30. When Saturn returns, it means that it has came back to the same position that it has at our time of birth. So during this time, people are called to, reconcile with all their, belief systems, their life's principles, the foundation, their responsibilities, their identity individually, and how it is an aspect to the whole. The second Saturn return also occurs between the ages of 58 through 60. And it serves as a wake-up call, okay? If you didn't get it together, during that time frame of really, 27 through 35, this is going to be the time where you have either served your purpose, or you're going to continue to live aimlessly, or even fraudulently in some cases. Now, with all that being said, from a numerology standpoint, the Saturn return is also reflected in terms of numerology through the Divine Triangle Blueprint. Now, you can always get a full numerology blueprint reading from me by sending me an email or going straight to mindover.com, where I talk about it a little more. Essentially, your Divine Triangle Blueprint is the numerological equivalent to your astrology chart, right? You normally see a big circle with a bunch of dots mapping out all the constellations and planets and stuff. Well, when it comes to your Divine Blueprint, I made a very crude example of what I'm talking about here, but at the end of what I'm saying, I'll probably put an image of it somewhere. Okay, so according to the Divine Triangle Blueprint, which I will put up here, around the age of 27, a significant event occurs. So this first square here, commonly called the youth square. And the second square is known as the power square. And the third square is known as the wisdom square. Now this triangle right here, which forms the entire blueprint itself, is considered to be your mind, soul, and spirit, or as I refer to it, your consciousness, subconscious, and super conscious mind. These are all combined into your physical body, which is referenced by each square. Every time you make a route along this blueprint, so you start here, and then you enter the youth square from ages 0 through 27, all the way to 27 through 54, up to 54 through 81. And this cycle can repeat if you are older. So no, it doesn't stop at 81. This is just the basics of it. Now, as you enter the spirit, or enter matter into your physical body, you go through each plane, and each plane itself is represented by an element. So the triangle is considered to be the element of fire because this is spirit, and the youth square is considered to be the element of water. Now, the power square is considered to be the element of earth, and the wisdom square is, of course, air. So each square is a plane of experience. Each corner, let me get my little chalk. You see, each point in this divine blueprint is an aspect of awareness to which you experience as you travel along your soul's journey. And there is a little bit more to the Divine Triangle itself, but again, I'm trying to keep it simple. If you do want a full reading, of course, reach out to me. But this is the Divine Triangle Blueprint, and with each of these structures, 0 through 27 is considered to be the cornerstone of everything, right? It's the beginning until you reach the end of the beginning again. So this point is, 0, then you go all the way back to 81. Then this line right here is considered to be 0 through the ages of 9. So this point would be the age 9. And this point right here, it will be 18. Then you have 27. And then you have 36, right? And you would just add 9 to continue that until you get to 81. Now, these in between parts are called the major and minor process when it comes to the divine triangle blueprint. So at this point of 27, this is the time when our minds and character are developed from a numerology standpoint. And as they are developing, we are also establishing the groundwork for, our purpose, right? This is considered the U square because once you reach that Saturn return point, right, in between 28 through 29, the mind of you, or spirit of you, that has traveled through this time and reached 27, this is where the soul is said to reconnect with its spiritual awareness that was lost upon entering the body. Again, this triangle is the element of fire, and fire is the spirit. The U square is water, which is our emotions. And as we learn to balance our emotions, we then enter the earth plane of the power square. And this is where we start to become more focused on our career, our families, things of the material plane. We start, investing more and learning about life and such. So once we balance our emotions, we then, get stable, and then we become, more stable, and then enter into the mental plane that is everything about our thoughts and what we think about ourselves and what we think about the world and how we understand it. And then we eventually get back to spirit. That is the divine triangle. So hopefully I explained everything there. Now, when it comes to Saturn being in retrograde of Pisces, again, we may feel like we are going through our Saturn return again if you haven't already. So it is going to be difficult for some to let go of past habits, opinions, and beliefs that are no longer serving you, which can ultimately hold us back from fulfilling what we feel as purpose or fulfillment. But those who understand those past experiences and use them as a foundation to build their future, they are then inspired to follow their true path. The fire of spirit can either destroy or transmute, depending on how it is embraced. And the example I will use is, well, whenever you cook pancakes, right? I love pancakes. I cook a lot of them. So maybe I'm just talking about myself. But that first pancake never turns out right. All right, that first one usually is the burnt crispy cut one that gets thrown right into the trash because you haven't learned yet how to, you gotta, of course, wait for the pan to get hot, and then of course you gotta add your oil, your butter, and then you gotta wait till it levels out. You gotta be patient, right? You gotta be patient for that first pancake to get out right. And if you aren't patient, You are going to destroy everything that you built in order to be fulfilled, to be satisfied, to be satiated, correct? So, in reference to Saturn in retrograde, you may not always get that first pancake right, but there will always be more pancakes, more opportunities, and this is just one of many. All right, that is the message right now that I have in regards to Saturn retrograde, as well as the divine triangle blueprint and how it correlates to numerology. If you learned anything, please like the video, share, comment. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, and remember that I appreciate you for joining me, and I love you.